I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me.
Good morning. It is Saturday when I'm filming this. Welcome to this week's vlog. My hair is still wet and I'm getting ready because I'm going to spend the weekend with a friend, but also go and see my cousin in Ann Arbor. It's such a cool town, but I don't spend that much time in the city with somebody who lives there. I'm looking forward to doing that. It's pretty overcast today, but it's not supposed to rain anymore. So fingers crossed, because we're going to be spending the day pretty much just walking around. So I'm going to take you along for some of that. I'm also going to catch you up on some of my reflections post my weekend trip away. I feel like, the first thing I'll say that probably is just kind of obvious is like, I feel so much lighter. Like it really dissolved this layer of fear that I've been carrying, or resistance. I don't know what it was, but even today in particular, I woke up and just felt like I felt good. I felt light. I felt ready for the day. I felt connected to the day. And some days you wake up and it's just kind of like you go through the motions, you're not really connected to anything or feeling excited or anything like that. But today, for no in particular reason, I just feel good to be in this day and experiencing it. So let's go. Okay, I went and did this pottery a while ago, actually in February. Look at how cute this turned out. Oh my gosh. I want a desert vibe, which is why I did the white. I kept this part raw. How cute is this? I love it. I actually redid this thing like 3 or 4 times. I would have a full creation and then I took it apart, and then I had like 10 minutes left to finally make something that they would fire for me. Anyway, I am so excited to get it back. Well, I came to walk around the botanical gardens for a little bit, but my map brought me to this back way, and there is a trail that I could walk up, but it seems like it might be a little more of an excursion than I have time for. Usually this is completely my kind of thing, but I think I'm gonna go to a bookstore instead because it's a lot closer to the area where I'm meeting my cousin. But this has been really nice to just walk along this trail for a little bit.
Understand the meaning on a new degree. Maybe that could happen.
Hello and happy Sunday as I record this. I didn't film as much as I thought I would when I was in Ann Arbor yesterday, just because of the timing of everything. But I had the best time. I love spending time with my cousin, and I love being in that town. I love walking. Walking's one of my favorite hobbies. I got to stop at Whole Foods after, and that's my favorite grocery store, aside from little local markets where you can find foods from local vendors and farmers. I also love those. Today, though, I have a lot to do, and I'm doing it. But what I know I am needing is stillness. I am allowing myself to do that because it's very rare right now in this in-between season where I can find that stillness and have it alone. So that is what I'm doing. So I'm getting stuff done, but I'm kind of just taking these little moments in between, as I am right now, just sitting out in the sunshine with my pup. It's not super warm right now. I think it's like 55 degrees, but the sun is really helping. I just think it's so important that we allow ourselves time to find stillness. I talk about this a lot. Having that peace is so important. I'm also, for the next couple of weeks, trying to eliminate sugar. I don't feel like I have that much sugar. I gave it up for a few years ago, and it was actually like the most significant thing I've ever done for my relationship to food and really resetting my relationship to food. But I am trying for the next couple of weeks to eliminate sugar, cut out as much caffeine as possible. That might be a little more gradual than just cold turkey. I already don't eat meat. I don't eat very much dairy, very rarely, but also trying to cut that out and just really get myself into a good place for this retreat I'm going on in a few weeks. Today is kind of starting that. I also want to really limit my exposure to social media and news. So these are things I already work on, but really just getting to a place where when I get to this retreat, I can be as aligned as possible after successfully giving up other things. I have learned for me that, well, sometimes, and in this case, doing some things a little bit gradually is really good for me, and kind of taking time to think about it versus being like one day waking up and thinking I'm going to just do it. That doesn't always stick for me. So in this case, I turned off notifications, and I feel like that's a really good start. That's just like for today, and I will slowly wean off more and more. And then in a week, I'm hoping to be like totally off of a lot of these things. Yeah, I just know that it's going to make my experience better, and it'll be really nice to just go into it as balanced as possible, especially knowing how sensitive I've been. And next weekend I'm going to be in Chicago, so that will be a little trickier. It's for a family event, but I feel pretty good. I'm going to be driving, so I'll have my own car, and I'll be able to kind of go and get things I need if possible. I won't be so dependent on other people to get around. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm up to right now. How's your day? And what are you doing? This sun is reminding me of how much I just want to be in the sun. I want warmth, and I'm a Leo. My sun sign is a Leo. Naturally, that's why I've struggled my whole life in the winter when I live somewhere gloomy. I don't need it to be like super warm the whole time, but the sun being my ruling planet, I need it. I mean, we all need it, but I really feel that. And that seasonal depression is definitely alive and well for me, depending on where I live. And I lived in California for 10 years, so I definitely know. What's interesting though is that I still would get seasonal depression because there's an element of it to me that feels a little bit literally seasonal, but it was not as bad. And it was a very different experience because I was still able to get outside as much as I wanted, and that is a huge key for me. Just getting out into nature, being active, moving my body. And living in the Midwest and also being Canadian, you are very limited for many months of the year. So I am just really appreciating this at this moment and feeling grateful for this beautiful sunshine and warmth that it is bringing me. My audio didn't work on this video, and I didn't know until I was going to edit it. I had been messing with my little microphone on my camera, and I'm not sure if that did something to it. But anyway, I'm finishing up this vlog by just sharing a few reflections on how I'm feeling since I took my trip by myself with my pup last week. And ultimately, one of the biggest things is that it really just helped to dissolve fear. And when I think about fear as an energy, any of our emotions as an energy, it makes sense. You can feel the density of heavy emotions like fear. By walking through that fear and saying, all right, I am so aware of this, like it felt so intense, but I kind of just got to the point that I knew that I had to just do something else. I had to take action. I had to do something that helped me to dissolve it. And honestly, that's exactly what it feels like now. It really dissolved some stuff that had just kind of been stuck to me almost. I really feel that when we just keep doing the same things over and over, then of course we're going to get the same results. And for me, right now and in this season with so much change and so many unknowns, I had to do something to shake up the energy. I had to do something to shift. Taking that trip did exactly that for so many reasons, but one is that I love traveling. And so it reminded me of what I feel like when I just feel free and on the road and doing something that lights me up and exploring a new town, being out in nature and finding some solitude. I was reminded of how much all of that matters to me. Because of that, it also just helped me to connect to my soul. And that's ultimately what this was about. It's so important to me to tune into my intuition and to live my life from that place. That's what led me to all of these decisions. But things have gotten really loud, and with all the change, I've had a hard time staying connected to that part of me. In my experience, when we're connected to our intuition, we're connected internally. My intuition is not outside of me, it's inside of me. But when the things outside of me are so loud that I can't connect so much to what's inside of me, then naturally I'm going to feel the way I've been feeling. By getting away, it also helped me to connect more to my intuition by dissolving some of that fear, and also literally just removing the stuff that's been blocking me, that's been making me anxious and making me have a lot of fear-based thinking. And I was also reminded after listening to a few fun little road trip podcasts on human design of how significant learning about this has been for me. If you don't know what human design is, it is kind of like astrology, but you go a lot deeper. There are, I think it's 5 types, and I am a manifesting generator. I often say MG. Whenever I'm focused on learning more about this or really living from this, I feel very in flow. And so by listening to these podcasts again, it was so helpful for me to just be reminded and find that reassurance. And one of the biggest things that stood out to me currently around all of this that I heard was just that reminder that as an MG, the way that I am supposed to live life to be most aligned to my type is to respond. But that means I don't need to go and seek things out. I don't need to seek out opportunities. This, you can think of this as like how someone may manifest. My type does not need to go and actively try to micromanage and control everything. If I'm showing up and living from a place of intention and alignment, then the universe is going to present things to me and I respond to those based on how I feel, based on if they light me up or not. And so remembering that was so important for me. And so I've really just decided to take a little time to kind of let go of the overthinking and trust that the universe is going to give me more information, more signs, more opportunities for me to respond to. And it's really hard to just kind of free fall like that and just do that and surrender. So I recommend trying it for maybe just a day or a week. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I do have some things that just I'm going to have to make decisions on soon. So I'm giving the universe a little bit of time to show up and present to me opportunities so that I can make decisions from that place. If that doesn't happen by the time I need it to, well then I will start making those decisions on my own. But I just love that opportunity and reminder that we are supported, and I believe there is something bigger guiding me when I can tune in to the stillness within me, my intuition, and quiet everything outside of me. I always feel connected, and I don't feel like I've been feeling. Our guidance and our trust, it is subtle, it is quiet, and I love that. The biggest takeaway is just that reminder to quiet the things outside of us, disconnect from them, so that we can connect to that inner wisdom that is always, always within us, always guiding us, always there. Thank you so much for being here with me. I would love to hear from you. What are you focused on right now? How do you tune into your intuition? How do you know when you're disconnected from it? I'm sending you so much love, and I look forward to chatting with you soon.